take the chance and roll the dice.
All right, everyone, welcome back. This is the point where I got my burrito.
We looked through
I
the
checked
cheats
to
and
make
there was
sure
nothing
there was
to help us.
Yeah, so I think this is the point where I decided, you know what, I'm just going to use this. It's either at this point or when I die in just a second that I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna use one time. Well, because look, I'm about to run out of ammo. And I do notice that I'm about to run out of ammo at some point. It's either like when the gun clicks and I have no more, or just like... Nope, it is definitely when I run out. There we go. Yeah, this is where I'm like, oh crap, that's right. The ammo counts in this game do not carry over. So I spend some time just running around farming ammo.
Oh, which is so dumb.
You shouldn't ever have to do in a boss fight.
No.
Like, there is no point in a boss fight where...
Hang on, I gotta farm for resources.
I mean, and that's my... Honestly, that's my big problem with Borderlands 3, at least when it released.
Oh.
I don't know if they fixed it. There were bosses that were so bullet spongy that you ran a legitimate risk of running out of ammo during the fight.
By the time I had gotten to it, by the time it got released on PC, I didn't really notice that as being a problem, so...
Yeah, by the time of the Steam release, they had patched that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. By the time they released it on Steam, because they released it on console first, and used the console players to iron out all the bugs before they released it on Steam. Because it was never released on PC before it was released on Steam.
That's correct.
Yeah. So at least on when I played through it on console, it was on some bosses it was possible to run out of the ammo for your primary and secondary gun type before you killed the boss, just because they were so bullet spongy.
I have to say I did not notice that. I haven't finished Borderlands 3 because that's just how I do. I start games and I never finish them.
I mean,
case in point, I have started Skyrim over for I think the 6th time.
To be fair, they want you to start Skyrim over and over and
well,
over.
Yes,
keep
but
half
of the gameplay in Skyrim is using a third-party program called Mod Organizer. And that's where a lot of Skyrim gameplay rests nowadays, and trying to figure out how to make Skyrim into a different game.
Oh, okay. So you've done you're playing the primary Skyrim game of what mods to add to Skyrim.
Correct.
But you haven't actually logged into the mini game where they have this like rudimentary character creator.
Yes. And to be fair, a lot of the reason why I started and restarted Skyrim is because of a particular YouTube channel that seemed intentional.
It was. I was down to one hit, and I was
like,
just
let's just flush this playthrough out. There's a YouTube channel called The Spiffing Brit. And
yes.
All of it. Wow.
Because everything is a perfectly balanced
right
game with no flaws.
Yeah. All of his videos are this is a completely finished game with no exploits whatsoever. And he's got lots and lots and lots of Skyrim videos. And so he released one video where he creates the illustrious Riano Keeves and builds the world's deadliest fork by using a particular series of bugs to boost the mathematics of enchanting and alchemy back and forth, because of how things are classified in the game. But then he takes Riano Keeves and doesn't bother giving him weapons to explore yet another different set of exploits, and is just using the world's heaviest heavy armor and the perk Iron Fists or Heavy Fists or something like that, which basically turns your armor rating into unarmed damage. And so he can just sneak up behind people, and the unarmed kill cam animations are all just super brawny judo bullshit. And I'm like, that sounds funny as hell. I want to play through Skyrim being like the world's only karate user. So I found a bunch of mods to make unarmed fighting more interesting than just get this one perk and do it this way, because it's the only way you can in Skyrim, because we can't have the complexity of Morrowind in a modern game. No.
Oh no. And the modern player can't handle that.
Yeah, I also found a mod that previously on other playthroughs I could set the frequency of those kill moves to go off, so I'm just suplexing people left and right. The problem is that for whatever reason, using this dude, the unarmed guy, I couldn't get the settings to like 75% of the time just suplex the guy into his own neck. That just it wouldn't work. It wouldn't stick. I could try and set it to 100% of the time. Did I click on somebody, do a kill move? It wouldn't work. And so I got very disheartened, and then I remembered that my favorite playstyle of pretty much any Elder Scrolls game is just find as many bound equipment spells and get them superpowered, and then just run around making everybody think that I'm completely unarmed and defenseless, and then magic myself up an entire knight's armory and destroy an entire town.
That's fair.
Oh my god!
Got into phase 3. Boop. And watch, this is the mistake I make.
By hanging out by the pit? Oh, no,
we're in phase 3. Okay, I gotta make sure I prepare. Gotta turn on that big head mode for Patrick.
Oh god. Does this make it harder?
See the laser.
It seems like you let success go to your head.
Yep. So we run around with big head mode for a little bit until I realize, oh, this is actually detrimental to me.
Does it actually change, like, locational damage?
It doesn't, but it blocks where some of the like his head is big enough that enemies can kind of be blocked by it.
Oh, so it makes it harder for you to see. So it's making the camera's job easier, killing.
Yes, we didn't want to buff that final boss any more than we had to.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Core has an amazing character model and everything, but because of the way the camera is situated, you don't see him half the time.
No. And the fact that he's just kind of launching eggs off of his back like he's like a frickin' gremlin is actually kind of interesting, but you don't get a look at it.
You don't see it. You can't see the wind-up animation for that half the time, so you don't even know it's coming.
Yeah. And if there's an audio cue, then good luck actually hearing it.
Yeah, there is too much noise and junk going on in this particular battle for the camera to be as bad as it is.
Oh, but it's a fight to the death. Chaotic would be it's realistic. It's what my guys would do, which is the worst way to design a game.
Yeah, thankfully they get a lot better about it in later boss fights in the other games. So
yeah,
like they don't make this mistake again.
There's always going to be one game that's the learning game.
Yep, it's unfortunate that this is the one. To be fair, as annoying as this boss fight is, it is not as bad as the Jack and Daxter boss fight.
I honestly have forgotten
the one. It was the one against the giant Dark Ego robot that they activated.
Taking your word for it.
It was a series of puzzles. Like, it was a puzzle fight, essentially.
That sounds annoying.
Around each of the different ego types. And what was aggravating about it was, since it was very RNG based, like the puzzles always came in the same order. I believe it was always green. It was like green, blue, yellow, red, then light eco. Like there was the set order for it, so you were always doing that. But there was RNG within each of them, like how quickly you could do them, so you could figure out what the puzzle was, and you could get decent at the puzzle, but it was still bad.
Why is it only sometimes that whap sound plays when you hit the ground? That almost sounds like that was edited in for comedic effect.
Well, I can tell you I've done no editing to this video yet. At the time that you and I are watching it. By the time that they hear that, I might have put in, like, yakety sax or something. So
it just... We're talking over a sped-up montage of all these failures.
Oh.
Like that one. Was that whack part of any other death?
No, I think it's only if he kills you dead on with his forehead laser.
But it's not the forehead laser hitting you that the sound plays. It's when Jack actually lands back first on the ground.
It's got to be something where it's from Jack getting hit while on the ground, because you're right, it doesn't play if I'm in the air and I take my final hit.
That's so bizarre.
You know?
But I mean, you've taken lethal damage while standing on the ground in other areas, and I don't recall that happening there.
I don't know. It's got to be something with that.
Somebody didn't get their load order right when they were modding this game for release. Some of the sound files were overwritten. This is the only area where they still function.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that you load your mod files in the right order. Make sure to put the dependencies, so, you know, jetpacks have to be loaded before double jumps.
Dude, you have no idea how complex Skyrim modding has gotten for the user's point of view. There are tools that not only will manage all of the mods that you download and install for you to make installing and uninstalling them more easy, but also there are tools that will automatically look at what mods you want to use and configure their load order for you to make sure you're not screwing everything up. There it is again! Oh, you have to start all the way over. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm out of Dark Jack.
Oh, you gotta start that over. Well, it's not like you use it until he's out of his dangly pod.
Well, yeah, but as soon as he's out of his dangly pod, you can use the Dark Bomb or whatever it is, his ground slam, and it takes off half of his life for that particular phase. So.
Yeah. Then you just rifle the shit out of him, I guess.
Yep. But now it means that I have to not only farm up my ammo again, I have to kill these...
You gotta get all the grape nuggets, too.
Yeah, if you kill them when they're in their egg, they don't drop the Dark Eco orbs.
Oh, that's so dumb.
So I have to let them hatch, which is counterproductive to everything else. Thankfully, every single one of them that dies drops like 4 of the orbs, so you can fill it up pretty quick. So there's not really a point to continually farming. It's more of a, hey, just don't neglect it.
Thankfully, it's not total horseshit. It's only like 3/4 horseshit.
Yeah, it's like mostly bullshit, but you know, we mix it. We like variety here, so we mix in a little bit of chicken shit. Gotta keep things fresh.
For that lasting flavor, we added some goose shit.
Ah, that stuff's everywhere.
That's how you know it's real rib sticking.
Oh. And then I die. Yep, there it is again.
Oh,
And that's such a resounding thwack too.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's the jarring quality of it, and it's so clear. This is beginning to feel like that next section.
A little bit, yeah.
Just in terms of
I at least
sheer
have the knowledge of
frustration.
knowing that I did eventually beat it. Like, but yeah, this boss is so frustrating. I can't. There are numerous times where I would just put the game down at this point and be like, nope, I'm done.
I have
Nope,
to
can't.
step away. My doctor says that my blood pressure is a problem because I started playing this for this channel.
Yes, that's the real reason we took such a long break. Has nothing to do with the Rona. Okay. Yep. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Like I'll never die. I lose my head in the starry skies. Can't tame me down. I feel so alive.